gentlemen, we are back with yet another video of the Arizona Sports Fan. Thank you so very much for coming back, guys. I really do appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to go ahead and do a 7-round mock draft for the Arizona Cardinals. This is going to be after the NFL Combine, so these are my prospects that I really liked what I've seen. Now, we got to take into consideration that I try to do my best to figure out who we can get in a specific order. I mean, obviously, if I was picking all in the first round, we would have nothing but, gems out there, first round talents. But in the real world, when it comes down to the NFL draft, you really do not know who is going to be available. But these are the prospects that I feel like we can get in the specific round, and I feel like it would make our team just that much better. Before we go ahead and get started, guys, I wanted to go ahead and say a big thank you to every single one of you guys. We went ahead and crushed our 1,500 goal subscriptions, guys, like by leaps and bounds. Like, I think we're super close to 15.5 right now. Like, it's insane how much subscribers we have gained, guys. I really do appreciate every single one of you guys, old subscribers, new subscribers, and people that are just watching this video. If you have not yet, please go ahead and consider subscribing. Go ahead and put that little notification bell. I love to answer every one of your guys' question within the first hour. If you post and you're a part of the notification squad, you most likely will get hearted by me, and also hopefully a response by me as well, guys. But we're going to go ahead and move on to something I wanted to talk about before we get to the mock draft, guys, is something really bad that's happening right now within the world that's going on. I mean, obviously everybody knows what's happening with the NBA being suspended, with the NHL being suspended, and now the MLB here, which is gonna have their opening day around the 26th of March. I had tickets for the Arizona Diamondbacks to watch, and now it's a bummer to find out that it got pushed back 2 more weeks. It's a bummer because I love sports. I love to spend my time watching sports. It's something that I love to do, but I get why they're doing it. Let's just kind of, hold strong, everybody. I know there's not a lot of content out right now currently because there's no sports on right now, but if you can go ahead and enjoy this video here, go ahead and give this video a like, and let's hope that all our sports can come back next year strong. Go ahead and give this video a like. If you're new, please consider subscribing. But let's go ahead and get started. Guys, now let's get started on this 7-round mock draft for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, obviously, if you guys have not seen any of my videos, you pretty much know which route I'm going to go ahead and go with. For my 8th overall pick for the Arizona Cardinals here, I'm just going to go ahead and drop this right here. That was CeeDee Lamb making a fantastic catch in the NFL Combine, guys. If that does not make you excited at all, like I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. So for my 8th overall pick, I'm going to have the Arizona Cardinals getting CeeDee Lamb, wide receiver out of Oklahoma. Now, to me, it's obvious. I think the Arizona Cardinals are going to go this route. I know they went ahead and picked up multiple different wide receivers last year. I do not think that they're going to give up on them. Butler, Keyshawn, Isabella, I think you have a spot saved for the Arizona Cardinals. We also got to take into consideration Larry Fitzgerald's going to retire someday, maybe next year, but at least at this point we can have another wide receiver slotting in there. Once Larry Fitzgerald decides to retire, we'll have CeeDee Lamb in there as our number 1 wide receiver, guys. I'm super stoked about the connection between Kyler Murray and CeeDee Lamb. You can't make this up. It's kind of like written in the storybooks. Moving on to the 2nd round here, guys, I really do feel like right after CeeDee Lamb is chosen, anything after the 15 mark or 12th mark, I think everybody's going to start picking up wide receivers. Like, it's just going to be a free-for-all. So by the time we start picking in the 2nd round, I feel like there's going to at least be 7 or 8 wide receivers being taken in the 1st round, because it's such a great, talented wide receiver core this coming NFL draft. So I really do feel like for a 2nd round pick, we can pick up a stud offensive lineman, and that's going to be Josh Jones, offensive tackle from Houston. He's 6'7", 310 pounds. He's projected to be most likely probably picked up in the 1st round. He's just a great talent to get and a great addition to add to our offensive line, and also honestly, right now, I don't think he has a need to start like right off the bat, which is something fantastic for me to hear. I mean, there's nothing better for me for a rookie to get picked up and not having to play him this year on a must, and work on his technique, work on everything that he needs to work on, and then when he comes back, maybe there's an injury on our offensive line and he's ready to go. He's just that much better to be slotted right into the offensive line, guys. I think we can get Josh Jones, offensive tackle, in the second round. Now, moving on to the third round here. Now, this guy right here, I think he had a really, really good, fantastic combine here. Now, his draft stock might have went up a little bit, so I don't know if we can get him in the third round, but I'm going to go ahead and say it anyways. I feel like Curtis Weaver, which is the outside linebacker out of Boise State, he's 265 pounds and he's 6'2". I've seen a lot of good things from Curtis Weaver. I do like the idea of getting a pass rusher in the draft. I mean, if something that we can go ahead and mold to, Curtis Weaver, I feel like, is going to be a great prospect to go ahead and, mold him, put him under Chandler Jones, learn from Chandler Jones, taking every technique he has with Chandler Jones being there. Now, I don't think he's going to be an automatically starter. I don't think he's going to start automatically. It'd be a great addition to add to our defensive line. I mean, we obviously know we need help in the defensive line here, so grabbing a great talent like Curtis Weaver here, I think it would be a no-brainer to get him in the third round if he's available. Moving on to my fourth round pick here, I have the Arizona Cardinals getting Zach Moss, running back out of Utah. Now, he's 5'10". He had over 1,400 yards rushing, and as well as 15 touchdowns this last year, 2019, when he was playing in college. Now, there was rumors out there that he actually worked out for the Arizona Cardinals, so I do feel like the Arizona Cardinals have their eye on Zach Moss. Now, we all know in the situation that we're in right now, Drake, is he going to sign back? Is he going to go for the money? In my heart, I really do feel like Kenyon Drake is going to go out to whoever is going to pay him the most. I mean, let's be honest here. If you were in that position here and you can cash out big, wouldn't you do that too? So I feel like this would be a great addition to add Zach Moss. I liked his elusiveness. I like his explosiveness. As you can tell by the numbers he had, 15 touchdowns would be a great addition to the Arizona Cardinals offense. Now, as of right now, as we're sitting, we have David Johnson, Chase Edmonds, and adding Zach Moss into the lineup to kind of have like a free-for-all to be like, who's the best running back that can take this helm and basically take over this Cliff Kingsbury's offense and show out what you can do. I think Zach Moss would make that competition super, super interesting. I would love to see that competition. Moving on to my sixth round pick here, I have the Arizona Cardinals going D-line here. Now, I want them to get Rashad Lawrence, a defensive tackle out of LSU. He didn't have the most spectacular combine out there, but I do like that he loves football. I love it. He ran a 5.07 40, which is pretty amazing for such a big guy. Like, I like the way that he pretty much bull rushes the offensive tackle. I really do like what I've seen when I've seen him play in LSU. Right now, I think we need some defensive line help, and I think Rashad Lawrence can definitely go ahead and help us out in this scenario right now. Now, I do know that we have Corey Peters and Rodney Gunter currently right now in the defensive tackle spot. Specifically, Gunter doesn't have the consistency that I'd like to see. I like Corey Peters. I know he has some explosion with him, but he's not very consistent either. But I'm really excited to see what Zach Allen can do for the second year. Unfortunately, he had an injury last year, and he pretty much, was trying to recover throughout the entire year, and he was never able to come back to the field after that. So Rashad Lawrence would be a great addition to the defensive line. Moving on to my seventh round pick here. I said this in my last mock draft for the Arizona Cardinals. He did not make it to the combine. He wasn't invited, but there's no other than a man named McTelvin Agim. He's also a defensive tackle here. He's from Arkansas. He's 6'3", 300 pounds, and my goodness, this guy is a beast. I don't know why he wasn't invited to the combine unless I completely missed him and I didn't see him there, but this guy is a home wrecker. I mean, and I'm trying to be super positive when I say that. He's a really good defensive player. Obviously, I'm going back-to-back defensive tackle here because I want to make sure that we have a really good foundation in that defensive tackle to get that interior pressure, to get after that quarterback, especially when Chandler Jones is coming off the edge and whoever we decide to get off on this side here. So I'm super excited to see some competition going on with that defensive line here. I feel like it's been too long since we had Corey Peters and Rodney Gunter, and I just do not feel like we have that consistency, that consistent pressure that we need in the defensive line. And I feel like if we add Rashad Lawrence in the 6th and then in the 7th we get McTelvin a game from Arkansas, that will definitely add some momentum, add some pop into our defensive line. And I would love to see the explosion is, to see what they can actually do. Now, I do not think McTelvin Agim is one of those players that a lot of people have their eye on. They probably don't, so I can see him going in the 7th round. Like I said, I don't even think he even made it to the combine, but looking at his highlight tape in Arkansas, he had a really, really good sophomore year with Arkansas, and I would just love for him to recreate that explosion here with the Arizona Cardinals, because we all know we can definitely use that here. That is my 7th-round mock draft, guys. What do you guys think in this specific scenario here? If there's somebody else that you would rather take in the 2nd, in the 3rd, in the 4th, 6th or 7th, let me know in the comments below, guys. Like I said, if you answer within like the first hour, maybe hour and a half, I'm usually pretty good in responding back to you guys. Become a part of the notification squad, guys. I would love nothing more than that, to have a community here that we can talk back and forth about, guys. But that's all I got for this episode, guys. Thank you so very much. Have a good one. Thank you. And stay safe out there.